we're gonna do some repair to this old Delta single speed scroll saw we got. Now, normally I wouldn't have bought anything like this, but since I paid nothing for it, I'll tell you how I did that. Here in Georgia, we have these video slot machines, and they're usually in gas stations or grocery stores. And one happened to be in a pawn shop. So my wife likes to gamble. She put 20 bucks in, lost it, put another 20 bucks in, won $1,000. They don't give cash back at these stores. You get store credit. You can spend it on anything except for alcohol and gasoline. So we had $1,000 worth of credit. So this is one of the things that I kind of threw in there. It's in pretty rough shape. You can see the table is all rusted. It's missing this piece. I've already started disassembling it. The on-off switch was actually broken. It was missing the little key. It has one of those safety keys and it was missing. It's about a $30 part to replace, so I wasn't going to replace that. I jumpered it. It runs, but it's a single speed, and we're going to remedy all of that. So we're going to start taking this thing apart. Like I said, I took off the little arm here with the blower. Lower blower bladder was cracked, so we're not going to bother with that. This little panel, already took that off. You can see the mechanism down there, but there's something down there that's not right with that table because it's not sitting flat. So we're going to go ahead and pull the bolt and see what we got here. Right there. That's not good. Oh, this we gotta take off. All right, that pops off. Oh, that's not good. Table looks fine. This sucker was dropped, so we can zoom in on it. If you notice right here, it's been dropped in half of this hole is missing. That's not good. This is here. Motor's moving for some reason. We'll figure that out in a little bit here. All right, here's a close-up of the damage. Pull that out. At least most of the threads are still there, so I think she's repairable. I mean, I would have just thrown this thing in the trash and not even bought it if I knew that. But I can fix that. Probably just go ahead and bolt in a little piece of 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch plate in there that something won't interfere with this arm. Use that to punch a hole, and then use this as a tap, and probably run a little bit longer of a screw in there, and that should take care of that. I'll have to put a hole here and here. Like I said, a little plate. That's cast iron and Chinese quality, and I'm not going to take it to a welding shop and have them bronze weld it, because that's just not worth it. So I'll work with the home repair on that one. All right, I've noticed another thing here. I got a little broken mount on the motor, so I figured that one out. So I need that motor mount. So I have to figure out how to repair that one. This red and black wire, the two from the switch, I'm just going to cut them and put a wire nut on it. That's how they came from the factory with wire nuts. So I guess that's good enough for a UL listing, and it'll be good enough for me. The rest of the mechanism is fine. And everything looks good inside there. And then I'm going to put a variable speed on. So I'm going to shorten the cord. And I got this variable speed router controller. I got this guy from Harbor Freight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten this cord and put this on this plate, which goes on this covers this side here, because in the models that actually have variable speed, it's mounted right there. So I would probably just double side tape that thing, maybe make some holes for the ventilation, and just stick that sucker on. Might even see about taking the back off, and I might be able to just put the put it on with screws. That might work too. But anyways, I'll make that permanent, and then that will be a variable speed. And I already tested this on with this motor, and it does work. So no surprises there. But I'll probably end up disassembling this, cleaning it up, and giving it a paint job. And make it all look pretty. Because you don't look pretty right now. I'll have to also make a, get out my metal lathe and make out the insert for the saw blade. I'm not going to use an air blower on it because I've had those in the past on mine, and they're kind of just silly to me. They don't work. I just blow on it, and that works for me. I'm working to take the motor off here. Yep, all right, that's released. Good. Where's the other bolt? Oh, there it is. All right, it's number 8 bolts. 3 of them. There it is. Except for, of course, one's missing. One's gonna fall right under this counterweight down here. There it is. Get that sucker out. And we can see this. So you can see the one bolt right here has been busted out. Not sure how I'm going to fix that one, but we'll figure it out. Set that off to the side for now. Okay, let's try and strip the arms off of this thing. There that goes. Oops. One piece for the tensioners. So now we need a pretty big tool. Okay, so they made this both metric and imperial bolts. This is a 13/16. Got it. Now we got a spring here. Alright, make sure that goes in, so we're just gonna take the bottom one off. Grab my ratchets. Of course, someone has borrowed. Oh, here it is. Someone had borrowed it, but not. my sockets. There we go. Now we got that off. Remember, this part here is for the top. Those are all held on by these, that's why I can get it off. So I'll leave those alone. Last piece to come apart is this little head, and it's bolted onto the casting with these 2 bolts. Let's see if I can get it here. Oh. Okay, so these 2 bolts here are 11 millimeters. So we'll just go ahead and not cross one. Okay, that's separated. The only reason I took this part apart is so I can fix this broken bolt up here for the table. Otherwise I probably would have left it together, but all I got it apart, I'm going to paint it all with the, as close as I can get to the blue. And then I will refit this thing back together and I'll start piecing her back.